Give me the cheaper shares. That's the bag holder anthem. I'm glad there's still baggies out there. We need you baggies, bro. Without the bag holders, we have nothing. Without the bag holders, this stock would be at 1. You make it easy for us. I love you baggies. You're right. Sigma receptor agonist. It's a cure for Alzheimer's. You got it. Let's go. That's why, oh yeah, let's sign up to Joe Springer. Everybody, please. Joe Springer Patreon. I can't even find it.
Talk about SAVA Sciences, ticker symbol SAVA, and tell you about my target price and how I was able to find SAVA. If you are thinking that I'm just using the picture of Cafe Wood as clickbait, then watch the last minute with attention. First, I want to give a shout out to my page. I want to highlight this message from him, and I read, he told me to share and just sold them for 70. I truly cannot believe I just made over 300K. I cannot thank you enough. The largest... Let's briefly the history of approving drug movement from baseline to month 6. With no drug, identify stocks that have near-term catalysts but are...
Look at this slop. Joe Springer disappearance? What do you guys make of Joe Springer's silence? I'm trying to reserve my judgment. I don't want to make assumptions without knowing the facts. However, arguably, the face of SAVA goes missing at the most precarious time for SAVA. Joe himself has criticized SAVA's management team for not having strong PR and not punching back. Where is he now? People are questioning his integrity. Why not push back? What does he have to lose? Instead, he's telling people to join his Discord to discuss SAVA. Why? Is this a new way for him to make money? Why else? Very disappointed and frustrated with Joe. Shit. Really? Who cares? The face of Cassava? Ha! Fuck that and fuck him. There are people out there who constantly label Cassava longs as pumpers or cult members. If indeed we are a cult, then I suppose some of the followers of Joe Springer would then be labeled a subcult in the way they worship the guy. It seems to me that you and I'm sure other people are experiencing withdrawal, and it's time to face the facts that he doesn't know anybody's presence or an explanation for the lack of it. For all he knows, maybe he's pulled back to re-examine. Or he flung himself off a bridge. Look, he's one man with one set of opinions who charges his fans to hear his spew. I've been a shareholder for 5 years. There's no way I would still be holding on if I pull full stock into any one analyst.
Order partially filled.
Multi-baggers club for the low price of $2,000 a year. No, we need to pay that $2,000. Crazy. Not letting him close down multi-baggers. Oh yeah, it's on Substack. $359 a year? It's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. All right, everybody sign up. I'm going with the monthly plan. Call-in number for his show. Credit card number is incorrect. Bitch. That is my old credit card. Bitch. What? Okay, I think we're in. Yes, we're in. Get a discount on other Substacks. Skip for now. Maybe later. Do we want to recommend Investors Club with Joe Springer? Hell yeah! Big winners in this Substack. The multi-baggy club. Listen, if he stops publishing, we stop getting alpha. Support the fucking guy. Okay? I'll even gift some subscriptions. Who wants one? Who wants one? Who wants one? Give me your email. Send me an email with your email if you want this sub. I got you. This is a multi-bagger club. Mine is free, by the way, but this is a multi-bagger club. I don't have one of those. This is elite. This is not for
Autofilled.
This is not for noobs. This is not for brokies. Okay, it's a multi-bagger club. Think of it like a country club.
Autofilled.
Nice ass country club. Sipping the cognac with Joe Springer, trying to figure out what the next big 10x is going to be. We're sitting here trading, losing our minds, thinking about everything. Just join the multi-baggers club.
Autofilled.
Let Joe do the work for you. Need that. No brokies allowed in the multi-bagger club. You got to pay the fee.
Autofilled.
You pay a little fee, a little $500, a little $1,000, but you get the gold. All right? You get the fucking gold. Because SAVA Science is what happened in phase 3. We have had a tough setback. It's not a setback. It's not even true. Why? What's setback? Just do the trial again. Find a subgroup that works and see where it worked before so it'll work again. Can't be that hard. You know, you gotta find like
Autofilled.
the mild patients or the really mild patients or the somewhat moderate but not quite yet mild or the mild but not quite yet moderate. Just figure out a tiny slice, and that's still going to be a big market because Alzheimer's is huge. Thank you very much. Big baggy. Let's go. Listen, I'll give this guy all the money he wants to research stocks for the rest of his life. I'll give a fuck. You can research stocks forever. I'll put you on payroll. I lost a lot of money and sold my positions. Word.
Attention retirees, if you're willing to be at your computer.
Word. Oh shit! It's his. Oh shit!
So before we start, let me just say how grateful
There's like 100 guys in this Discord.
I am to everybody. As some other people have said, this has been. I'm just so thankful to be on this trip with you guys. We're all just. This has been 4 years, and we're all so different. I think from this, and have learned so much, and so this is so disappointing. But I'm disappointed for everybody. I mean, I lost money, and I lost a bunch of money, but I'm disappointed for everybody that also had their hopes up. And so let's just try to be positive, learn from it, and move forward. So anybody wants to chat or have any questions or anything. Willie T says, I'm bummed out big time. I am as well, my friend. Alaska says, good pre-market morning. Good morning, Alaska. Fan of Joe. Says we can barely hear you. What about comparing to all other placebos? Anybody else, can you hear me or not hear me?
Partially filled. Autofilled.
Sounds good, says Big Dex. Okay, thank you. I think Ray, I think it
Order
might be
cancelled.
just your volume or something. But if anybody wants to say anything, just ask to be unmuted and I'll unmute you, or just chat away in the thing there.
Hey, Joe, why'd you do it to us?
You never know. There's that story from Field of Dreams, and the guy wanted to be a baseball player, and then he couldn't be a baseball player, and
You wanted to be
eventually
a
this
stock
kid falls out of the stands, and this guy couldn't become a baseball player, so he eventually became a doctor, and then he was able to save that kid. And anyway, who knows what will come of this? Like Rick said, I thought that was a nice sentiment, that they hope that this advanced the field, and I think it must have. This is such a new paradigm. Big Tech says, what about comparing to all the other placebos? How did that perform? Yeah, if we compared this against it, which is confounding. This is strange.
Confounding. I know.
Because
It should have worked.
This, because we included moderates.
Yeah.
And the other ones didn't include moderates, and their placebos did worse.
Run it back up, Joe.
Yeah. So it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Not only that, but this was supposed to be about 70% mild. It ended up being about 60%. So that should have also made the placebos worse as well, because there was 40% moderates. If it was against, we would have had, if we had the 5 or 5.5 point change, we would have a 2.2 or 2.7
Stock would have been 800.
We would have got it by a bunch.
Just missed.
I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but is there any chance this is London 2.0?
Yes.
Wondering if, oh man.
Shkreli did it.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's gosh, I don't know. I'm not sure, because SAVA was in control of the process. I'm not sure how it could be. You never know with cyber warfare and whatnot, but it's interesting, but I'm not sure.
Someone said they canceled Refocus. Is that true? Oh my God, there's BioInvestor, the big bag holder BioInvestor's in there. Oh my God. A2 baggy? A2? Chirag is in there. I've seen that guy lurking. Bob C, another major bag holder.
I have to say, it's going to be a tough one to prove. Wondering if I should just hold the shares at this point since I was ready to lose it all. It's tough to see a compelling future here.
Ooh.
This one hurts as Rasmus. Yes, it does. Sound good. Thank you. I can hear you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. The placebo group did not decrease by 4.5 points or more is interesting to me. Yeah, that's the whole thing. The placebo group. This was
when even Joe Springer tells you there's no hope.
Basically, we got this.
You're wrong, Joe. This is where you're wrong. We can fix it. We can come back.
This was basically, we cut the decline in half.
We make a second filament drug. Run it back.
Of what you would think the traditional placebo group decline would be.
Run that shit back.
But it was only a small little improvement over this placebo. Huh.
Order partially filled.
Yes, they did cancel Refocus. That is true.
It was in the press release.
They canceled Refocus and they ended the open label extension after August as well.
Order filled.
What about the families? Come on, Joe.
Is it possible the milds work? Someone says that they can't. McGlintock, the thing, they didn't list it out, but if I don't think it is possible. No, or else they would have. I think they would have looked at that before canceling the program. I'm sure of it. They didn't list it out, so it must not have been any better. But
here's how auto mechanics remove cars.
Okay, I'm gonna just buy YouTube for a second account, even though I have it on my other account because it's too annoying.
Order partially filled.
This shit is 2 hours. The 2 hour
label patient
last rites.
Just feel about being taken off the drug. Yeah, that's who knows.
They don't have other drug candidates, Roz. God damn.
I was thinking here is that
if they buy Bitcoin, right? If they buy Bitcoin, they could do more Alzheimer's drugs.
There's all of this talk about the alpha 7 nicotine.
Bro, he has to be either short or he's getting paid by somebody like me to give out purposefully wrong advice. I would never do that because it's probably criminal. But man, a thought crossed my mind. So I get Joe Springer and I said, Joe, I'm your biggest subscriber. I gave you 10 subs. Check out this stock I'm really interested in. It's called AVXL. Right? It's AVXL, baby. Look at the data. It's so good. Tell all your followers. I'm going to buy 25 subscriptions. Right? Wouldn't that work? I might write something, Eugene. I might write something. He might like be like, no, I don't like it, and pick like the totally wrong reason. But if he fell for cassava, he should probably fall for Anavax.
Acetylcholine receptor. There was always the chance that it was doing some agonizing there, that whatever was going on with filament A, it just wasn't working the way they hoped. But that it was possible that it was working on the acetylcholine receptor. And so maybe that's the little improvement that we're seeing. I'm not like that still could be. But Gary, they were blinded as well. Gary says, what?
You need to set this up like long term. Get in with him over the long run. You're like, I've been a subscriber 3 years, Joe. I need you to look at this one stock. Wavemaster. We know Wavemaster. Who else? All these guys blocked me from the cassava. From the cassava Discord.
Why did they hire all the executives and made them join? I mean, they were blinded as well. And I thought Rick did everything. And he said,
oh, look at this baggie. Big
Order
text.
cancelled.
Big text goes, why not sell as a memory supplement? I bet the FDA will say no, which means it worked. Otherwise, drug was a scam all along. Doesn't make sense. I know, it doesn't make sense. Run it back.
the one thing that we cannot do is fail the drug. If the drug comes back good to go, we got to be ready to move. And so he did a good job. He brought people in and
yeah, why did he hire all those people? So weird. I know. It's like he knew, then he didn't know.
Got processes ready and they did everything they could do. So they were blinded as well until last night. In fact, I thought Rick might have gotten a little bit choked up on the call there, unless I misheard that. And I was thinking that when you're sleep deprived, it makes you a little emotional. I bet that he didn't sleep. We were saying that it was hard for some people here to sleep. I bet Rick didn't sleep at all last night.
Fan of Joe goes, thank you for all you have done. I am out of biotech forever. Damn it. We lost one. We lost a baggie. But we'll certainly subscribe to your club for advice on other sectors. Still hope to meet you one day.
What did they say?
William, if you'd been on Wall Street for your whole life, you know that you could just debate things on the phone with shareholders. So one of the easiest things to do is to go ABXL, Equity, HDS. Who are the big shareholders of Anavax? Well, BlackRock is an indexer, Vanguard's an indexer, State Street's an indexer, Geode's an indexer, so none of those, there's nobody to even talk to there. So there's nobody to talk to at Two Sigma or Goldman or Morgan Stanley or Northern Trust or Schwab or Susquehanna or Two Sigma or Citadel or Millennium or Bank of America or Renaissance or Bank of New York or Nuveen or Barclays. And now you're dealing with guys that have less than $1 million, which for Wall Street's nothing. So the only one is this NWAM LLC, but even that I think is not a fund. Yeah, it's just Northwest Asset Management. So there's no actual investor other than Oz, which is OXIF, which there may be a guy there that owns the stock, but all these guys are indexers, and this is the downside of indexing. This is how you get smoked. Some of these guys may be short, like Oz may be short and boxing it. That's pretty typical. So I would just call OXIF and whoever's running biotech there and say, hey, I'm Martin. So-and-so introduced me. It used to be OXIF. They changed their name, by the way. Sculpture or Structure? I forgot. Say, hey, guys, I see you're long 1 million shares. What are you thinking? And you debate on the phone. But it looks like there's almost nobody that's long. It's all baggies. Big baggies. I mean, Wall Street's a tight community, so, I know all the big bosses on Wall Street, and I think I have a good enough relationship where I can call them up. No, if you have $50,000 account, they're not going to talk to you. These are guys with hundreds of millions. You're talking, big boss to big boss. But the analysts that work for those guys, they also talk. And they're not big bosses.